she's done it naturally, and then you are, because you picked it up, you say it in the way that she laughed. So, you know, if it was just, what you fixing, belt buckle, what you fixing, belt buckle, what you fixing, what you fixing, belt buckle, you then add that to it, because then you're matching what that person is doing, okay? Then you are really listening to each other, and you're really watching. Because a lot of you, and it's not just you, professional actors do this as well, they don't look at their person opposite, they look through them. They don't listen to each other, they listen for the cue. And one of the famous lines that Meisner said was, don't pick up on the cue, pick up on the impulse. There's a difference between the cue, which is the end of the line, belt buckle, and then yours, and the impulse. So what we're going to try doing now is you're going to do the scene, okay? And try and do the scene as in your groups here. But now you're going to try and pick up on the impulse to say the line, not the cue. That means, and I'll come to you now, Sandra, there could be a long gap between what you say, what one person says, and what another person says. But don't fall into the trap of doing it anything on purpose. Yeah, Sandra?
Is it as if, like, we are listening to him say those words for the first time?
That's what we're trying to get to.
Yeah.
So that, like the actor Anthony Hopkins said, acting should not be acting.
Yeah.
We should like just see it as if we're seeing it for the first time in our lives. And that's what actors struggle to do. They struggle to get, particularly on stage. If you do it a bit more on camera, because you've got a bit more time to prepare, listen to your music, zone in, and then, right, okay, I'm ready, I'm doing this. And anything can happen in front of that camera. On stage, the performances, imagine if you were doing Orpheus Descending, and weeks after weeks, after months, sometimes a whole year run. How do you make that interesting for you? And then how do you make it interesting? And that's what these exercises really help with. Once you've done the play, you've done it weeks and weeks, you've done it a couple of months, you go, just saying the same thing over and over again. You're still saying the lines, but you would start to say the lines differently. And you would start having different obstacles or problems that you would put in the way to make the best of it. James?
Well, actually, I've got a question about for acting for screen though. Surely they ask you to do it in the same way every time, so you edit it together. So would that be?
No, they will in terms of the master shot, won't they? So the master shot is that, and everything is based around. But everything else in terms of the other angles, the long shot, medium, close up, they're looking for something that's completely different because they've got the master shot, haven't they? That is now our master shot, isn't it? You do this with Gary, don't you? So you've got Paris, you've got Ricky, they're in a scene together. We filmed that. There you go. That's what we've got. Then the other things, we need something different so that the editor can then edit those little nuances in looks and twitches and scratches and all the things you normally do in life, looking away slightly, looking back up. Then all that's edited together, and of course that's what makes it all look so natural, as you know.
So you don't really have to worry about saying it the same way like 50 times with different shots and all of that, essentially.
No. I mean, not unless you've got a director that is very specific, that wants something in a specific way, but that would normally be a certain genre of film, or a director who wants exactly what he wants. But any director that gives you a line reading ain't worth being a director, because that's the actor's job, not the director's. But you will get even high profile directors today that will say, oh, I want you to say the line like this. But I suppose when you're getting paid millions, you're not going to argue, are you? Yeah. But you might have your own sort of internal motivation to do it. All right, okay, so what we're going to do this time, you're going to play the scenes again, all right? You're going to just do the repeating just for a bit, and then at some point, you're going to pick up on someone's impulse, and you're just going to do the scene as it is. When you do the scene as it is, you're still going to pick up the impulse again, not the cue of when to say things. Could be long gaps, might be not, who knows? That's the idea. How can we get it so it looks and it feels instinctive? Okay? All right? So off you go again.